Hey guys, and welcome to today's video. Today is a special one. We're going to be setting up my very first, or I guess you could say very first, 2 saltwater aquariums. I've been hearing a lot about them lately and it's very intriguing. So this is actually one of them that's right here to my right, and then I have another one upstairs that I actually call my mom's tank because I felt like she needed one, so why not make it a nice saltwater tank, right? The 2 tanks we're going to be putting together today, and a glow light 5-gallon for the upstairs tank. One of them is a 35-gallon hexagon shaped, very beautiful. It's a nice corner piece, so that's why I put it in my corner. On that tank I'm going to be running a Fluval 306 filter, canister filter. Not sure the size of a power head, but I do have a small power head just to keep circulation going all the way around the tank. Can't have much stagnant water. So at this point, whenever I recorded this video, we're about 6 weeks since I really started putting it together, but you're going to see all the fish imports, and there's a lot of stuff that's came and gone, but I've learned a lot, and hopefully you guys can learn a lot too throughout this. I'm going to be adding a lot of very intriguing fish to these tanks. They are saltwater, and I ended up buying so much fish from Petco that I am on a list where I can order whatever type of fish that I want. So I kind of jumped at that whenever it came to saltwater. I have a new order coming in, so there will be another update to this video. Alright, so we're going to start off with the glow light 5-gallon kit. This is for my mom upstairs.
There we go.
I want this tank to be more of like a nano reef setup, more or less a talking piece, so that whenever people do come over, we can talk about it, or she can learn from it and I can learn from it. Here I'm having my beautiful girlfriend Nicole help me flatten everything down. She found this very satisfying, so I let her take hand. So here we have some live rock. I choose to go with live rock that's already been in water. I have a aquarium store that's by my house that they have tanks with water flowing on these. It helps have a lot more bacteria than the dry ones.
Not yet, but coral will love this.
Because with these tanks, it's you have to take a while to get the bacteria going and going through all the stages. So the more bacteria, the better.
Perfect.
Now this does take Tetra medium-sized filters, which is very convenient because a lot of my other 10 gallons do. This water seemed to be ready to go, so all the parameters are in check. That's all I care about. I really do like the look of this tank. Especially for it being upstairs piece, you get this nice blue hue from everywhere. My mom loves it a lot, which is all that really matters. Alright, so let's move on to the 35-gallon tank. For this I put light gravel down. Now looking back at it, probably wasn't the smartest decision, because as I sift the sand around, the lime green rock tends to come through, but one day I will end up fixing it. Now I had this whole arch design in my mind since this was a taller tank. Here we're using some Fish Safe super glue. I found that the gel type from Gorilla Glue brand, I believe, it doesn't hurt them and it dries pretty good. If you put some sand on it right after, it makes it a lot harder than just gluing it. The old paper towel trick, get the sand to stay in the same place. And that's why. Kind of a bummer, but the design kind of did stay the same way. It kind of seemed like I pushed it over, but I was trying to catch it because I saw it move, but I figured maybe we'll get a little more water in here, have the sand settle a little more, and then we can try to set it up. That looks better. Alright, now we're going to move on to priming the Pluval 306. It was hard for me to really get a lot of video footage of this since it's in such a tight area. I ended up filling it up to where there was about water coming off out the top, and then primed it with the pump that's on the left side and kept on going until I could see water coming out the exit on the top of the tank. That's how I knew that this was primed and ready to go. So for this tank, since it was only 35 gallons, I really only needed a 50-gallon bag of Instant Ocean, but that is the water mixture that I used here. I believe it was 1/2 cup to every gallon. That's 1/2 cup of salt to every 1 US gallon of fresh dechlorinized water. And for top off, I top off generally around every other day or so with just a tiny amount of distilled water or dechlorinized water. That are RO water if I can get my hands on it. It helps keeps the gravity at a low rate. Since I don't have a protein skimmer on this tank, the salt from evaporation likes to get back in the tank, and that hardens it up pretty hard. At this point, you can't really disturb the sand very much, so I try to work a little faster. Add the whole bucket of water, why not? No fish are in there. I wouldn't do this if there was fish inside of the tank. I don't want to disturb anybody. So these are the first 4 fish going in the tank. We have 2 maroon clownfish and 2 green chromis. I was pretty hesitant on getting so many the first time, but they are all living super happy and super healthy. These guys bring me so much joy, and it's a whole lot of fun just to watch them at the middle of the night. Now adding in, I have a Haitian or Haitian, however you want to say it, anemone, and he just does his own thing. I put him on top and he moved wherever he wanted to. There was a coral beauty angelfish. I love him to death. He is the coolest, and I feel like he's got kind of a attitude going on with him, because he'll follow me around whenever I stick around. A orchid dottyback, which is a rock hider, I like to say, because he likes to hide in his rocks like nothing else. Fun fact, when I went to buy him, I was actually going to get a sunrise dottyback, and he hid in the rock, and I went to him, and then he also hid in that rock, so I had to buy the whole rock in order for me to actually get the fish. Thank you for watching today's video. As you can see, we are still going through the processes of the tank maturing, but I got little micro bugs in there, so from what I've heard, that's the very final step to it being very mature. A lot of beautiful species are in here right now and hoping to grow a whole lot more. Stay tuned for all the updates that are going to be coming out for all these tanks. I had a whole lot of production going on. I'm just trying to stay up to date. Hope you enjoyed this as much as I did. As always, keep those parameters in check. Let's go build us a tank.